are there any humans on Earth that have come from the future? And if yes, why did they decide to live in the past? Okay, this one's an interesting one. It has to do with time. It is difficult to understand how all time exists at the same time. I can't personally explain it. I can understand it, but I cannot explain it. Now, in the future... Oh, hang on a minute, sorry. Are there any humans on Earth that have come from the future? Yes. Many, 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 many. Millions, if not hundreds of millions. In the future, we discovered that things are not the way we would have liked them to be. And the only way to change them was to go back into our past. Someone from the future, if they are quite evolved, can easily come to their past with that future body. However, they cannot change anything because their body, their energy simply does not belong to that timeline. So it's almost impossible, not totally impossible, but almost impossible to change something. So the way they did it was put themselves to sleep and started dreaming themselves in the past. And they took a body from this timeline, and the game now is for those people to remember that they are from the future, first of all, and then start remembering what it was they came to change. Sometimes it's something personal. It's just for them. Other times it is for society as a whole. In the future, we are a police state. And a lot of us there in that police state have said something didn't go right. What was it? Well, we were afraid, so we followed the system. And then some of us said, what the hell were we afraid of? And this is one reason why so many have come back in time, to change this, to stop being afraid and to come out of the system. You see, the system was very good for us when we needed it to take us out of poverty. But once we come out of poverty, the system takes on a new role that stifles individuality. We all become the same. We all start thinking the same, looking the same, dressing the same, expressing the same, because the system is an energy. It is a soul. And it, just like the rest of us, it also wants to survive. And by making us all the same, it guarantees its survival. So we reach the point in the future where we look back and we asked ourselves, what did we do we gave all our rights for security, for economic security, and any other kind of security. So that's why a lot of people from the future have come back, yes. It's not that they chose to live in the past because the past was better. That's not the reason. They came to remember why they need to come out of the system. Let's see if there's another reason we have come back. As we said, some people have simply come back. I've mentioned this in an older video about a friend who was having problems, and while I was giving her the session, we saw that she came from the future, but only because she did not she glided, she sailed into the fifth dimension, and she did not have what her future self called war scars. She simply used her intelligence and she became fifth dimensional quite easily. So she came back to do it differently, to do it not quite easily, so she could have some experiences of the third dimension. So yes, there are some people who have come for personal reasons, but the majority have come to bring down the system. Most of these people in prisons are from the future. Just because someone is in prison does not mean they are a bad person. They are simply going against the system. This is all. Does not mean they are criminals. The biggest criminals are actually in government, not in prison. So, this is the reason many people have come from the future. I know there's so much more to this, but it's not coming to me right now. But if you have a feeling that you have come from the future, no need to say it to anybody. Not that it's a secret, it's just that they won't understand. Simply spend time trying to remember who you really are. And then letting go of all your fears. Because this is what kept us in the system, our fear. And as you let go of all your fears, you will come out of the system. And then just by many of us coming out of the system will not have total control over everything. And then life in the future will change as well. I will leave it at this.